Good morning, sunshine. Welcome to the real world. Whoa! Mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with green air. There is no second best, okay?
GM. Sunday, 11th of August. Trade of the day. I don't really know what to look at today because it's quite interesting. You're seeing a complete inversion of everything we've seen for the past couple of weeks. You're seeing ETH outperforming Bitcoin on the lower time frames, right? So since the open, you're seeing altcoins outperform Bitcoin. So like if you do total 3 divided by BTC. So if you look at total 3 by Bitcoin, it's rising for the first time in fucking ages. Obviously, total 3 has been getting wrecked by Bitcoin. This is another way to view Bitcoin dominance. It's been getting wrecked since November of 2022, right? And it's finally starting to have a little bit of an upwards movement, but not enough to say that you're in an uptrend, right? Not like if and when total 3 does that, we're looking good. Actually, one of the things I want to look at, altcoin health index. This must have bottomed out. This must be near a low. If you haven't seen the altcoin health index, it's in the learning center, in the alpha center. You can see it over here, courses, alpha center, indicators, altcoin health index, and it tells you here. So what it is basically a measure of the relative market caps of altcoins versus BTC, but formed in an indicator. So you can see it basically has a very similar shape and slope to how the total 3 BTC chart looks, but with some slight differences. And if you ever get a signal where it flashes green, that's the ultimate buy opportunity, right? Notice this, late 2020, altcoins bottomed out against Bitcoin. And that was the absolute best time to load up on alts before they went on a period of outperformance. When it's red, altcoins are rich, they're expensive versus BTC. You can see there, anywhere over there, or here slightly, right? Anywhere there's red, good time to sell alts back into Bitcoin. And we're sort of in the middle right now. We don't have the green signal yet. And I view it very much like this, except prices are moving the opposite way. The difference of 2019, 2020, and 2023, 2024 is that the market has woken up and realized that altcoins are trash, and that's why they're bleeding slowly. Whereas in 2019, 2020, people were actually buying. They were slowly rising until we had COVID dip, obviously. So I'm biased because I'm an altcoin hater generally. I'm a Bitcoin maxi generally. It takes a lot for me to want to hold alts for anything more than just a shorter trade. And so if you look at something like this, I find it easy to wait and have patience, believing that it will flash green again, and that will be a no-brainer, absolute obvious time to buy. That might mean that this downtrend is going to continue to the point where it overcorrects and you see this dropping below, I think it's 0.25. Yeah, dropping below 0.25 and giving you a green buy signal at some point. And then you see a period of sustained outperformance of alts versus BTC. But make no mistake, this is on a one-way trend to zero. Alts outperformed Bitcoin in 2017. In 2021, they made a lower high. And my expectation is that they make a lower high again, if anything. This just looks like almost every chart versus Bitcoin as well. It is programmed and destined to make lower highs. I don't think that anything will outperform, certainly not the index, not all of total 3. I don't think it can outperform Bitcoin for any significant period of time. And it can outperform, but it will be a shorter run thing. And I think that that is something that needs to be considered with this as well. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's a side note. I mean, that's not trade of the day. That's trade of the next 6 months. As for BTC today, what are we looking at? Well, you've got Thursday's value area high for BTC. I'll get rid of these paths. See what we've got going into the weekend. I mean, going into the weekend, what I expected to see was that old daily level, daily open retested, and it was. So from that perspective, the move is done. And I don't have a strong opinion unless this side, the dotted red, or this side, the dotted red, until they get hit, I don't really have a super strong opinion. You can put on Friday's New York session. Friday's New York Open, 1:30 until the end of the session. There. Friday's value area low aligns with Thursday's value area high. And you can see Friday's value area high for New York is right where we're at here. So right now, looks fine. I wouldn't long this because I just don't think there's enough volatility. If I was to get long here, I would expect a move to there pretty easily, but I mean, that's 60.6 to 61. It's just not, there's just not enough volatility. So I would wait. It'll probably hold and base here. And then you've got a stop above, a stop below. And then going into Monday, off the daily open, you're going to see one side or the other of that getting hit. And I think that's probably where the next bout of volatility comes in. And otherwise, I would play it very cautiously. Yeah, I don't see anything jumping off the page at me in terms of a trade. There's Thursday's value area high. I don't see anything jumping off the page as a trade, so there's no point forcing anything. And that's it. I'll leave it there. GM. See you on the live stream later. We'll look ahead at the week to come. Big week in terms of data, CPI, so inflation, and a few other things. So big week. GM.